Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Hope everyone's well. Sorry, just fixing myself up here. Everything's a bit all over the place. But yeah, hope everyone is well ahead of this game week 33. Hope we're doing well. FPL Penguin, how you doing, fella? I saw a message you earlier on Twitter. Hope you got that. But they just taken a -4. Watkins and Greenwood in for Son and Antonio. Jeez, man. So -4. Watkins and Greenwood. Son and Antonio. I mean, I really like the Watkins move personally. I've got him in my team. Very glad to have owned him over the past kind of 2 or 3 weeks, or over the past 3 weeks. He's been returning. Got an assist against City, which was absolutely lovely. Got 2 goals in the 2 games before that, and I think against West Brom in this game with 33 could be a great player. A potential captaincy option as well that maybe people could overlook with the main guys, kind of Bruno and Salah being talked about, and then you've also got, you know, some good fixtures after that with a double game week 35, I believe, or there and thereabouts. I've seen Ben Crellin on Twitter kind of suggesting that the double game week 35, or the double game week will most likely be in game week 35, and then Aston Villa will play against Manchester United and Everton, so could be a couple of really nice fixtures for them there. And yeah, one sec, let me pull this around here. Try and get this to stabilize. Right, we have found position. Right, and yeah, let's move into my team. Kobe, how you doing, fella? Good to see you. Thinking of doing Alonso to Coleman, differential, and Odegaard to Greenwood. Thoughts? Interesting moves. I like the idea of getting rid of Alonso. Got obviously a 6-pointer the other day. And 1 second. I think. 1 second. Elliot Taylor. Can you hear me? How's it going? Okay, you can hear me. I can hear you. So, yeah. Say your name, Marvelous. Say your name, say your name. Ole's at the wheel in the chat. Right, still. Here we go. So, yeah, this guy's saying, thinking of doing Alonso to Coleman, bringing an Everton defence. Let me just introduce you firstly. El, how you doing, fella? How you feeling ahead of the game week? What's going on?
Yeah, not bad to be fair. Mm-hmm. I forgot it was deadline tomorrow. To be fair, it's quite quick considering this game week's been dragging out for so long.
It has been dragging out for a while, man. Yeah, consistent, and we still have games tonight as well. Games that can only hurt me tonight as well. The game tonight can only hurt me, unless Iheanacho and Vardy
even Nacho, yeah,
get sent off. That's the only way.
I've seen that Maddison starts tonight as well, which is nice.
Maddison oh, the lineups are out, are they? Is it a 6:30 game?
Yeah,
never.
It was leaked like mid-afternoon.
Oh, really?
I can't remember which account I saw it on. Just let me find it. I think it was a pretty so it's Schmeichel in goal.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, Seon-Chu, Evans, Fofana, Castagna, Ndidi, Tillemans, Maddison, Nacho, and Vardy.
Nice, pretty standard. So, what really to expect, basically. Just linking this to Twitter. So, what do you think about this differential then? Alonso to Coleman. I like getting rid of Alonso.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure about Coleman.
I mean, fair enough if you've had enough with the sort of Chelsea rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's better options than Coleman, to be honest. He's playing Arsenal this game week, so it's not even it's not a game that I would see as a clean sheet for Arsenal. As a clean sheet for Everton, sorry.
Have I told you what I'm doing this week?
You haven't yet, actually.
It could be a move to suggest. I've got Trent in my team, as you can see there. I'm just going to list out my team now, actually. I've got Martinez, Trent, Aspi, Creswell, and Dallas. So Creswell and Dallas at the back. I mean, Dallas playing against Manchester United when I've got Fernandes as my captaincy there, and then Creswell with the potential injury. As for the Questa, obviously just been rotated. Hopefully plays against West Ham. Hopefully that was a rotation because, West Ham are pushing for the Champions League spots, kind of competing with Chelsea. So I'm hoping Aspi, being one of kind of Tuchel's main defensive options so far this season.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he will play there. And then obviously, though, bit of conflict. Lingard playing as Aspi. And then Smith Rowe should play Aubameyang and Lacazette. And I believe Odegaard as well are all injured. So I think Smith Rowe should be a shorter start. Not 100%. Ollie Watkins against West Brom is probably like hopefully be one of my saving graces for this week. And then most likely, then I got Bamford, as well up front as well. And then my transfer for this week, I'm looking at getting rid of Ruben Dias, and I think I'm going to double up on Liverpool. Go Trent Robbo.
That's fair. Yeah.
Big moves. So what I was going to say is, why not Alonso to Trent or Robbo? I just feel like, for me, we're getting towards the back end of the season, right? And I only want to be bringing in players who have the potential of like hauling and like absolutely sending me flying up the leaderboard. And I think Trent is definitely one of those players. Robbo definitely can get into that category as well. Whereas, say, Coleman, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can't afford Trent or Robbo, then I'd be looking at Shaw. 5.4, I think.
Luke Shaw definitely has like a very good haul potential as well. Castagna, this guy suggested. I mean, what was Castagna in that league?
I don't think. I think I saw a thing on Twitter today that Castagna's not had attacking return since game week 3. So I think I'd avoid him.
He had 3 attacking returns in a row. Like he got assist. He might have got 2 assists in a game. And then, but he has been injured for a long period of time, to be fair to him.
Yeah,
like he's been out for a hell of a while. So I don't mind Castagna at all.
Leicester's fixtures are nice too.
Preferably, I'd probably like Trent or Robbo as my top. Then if you can't afford those, I'd be knocking them down to Shaw, and then I'd move into like Castagna, all of those guys. But yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea to get rid of Alonso. So what do you think about the double up on the Liverpool defence? Is that a bit too brave considering their history this season defensively?
I think they're definitely looking better, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's just whether you're okay with spending that much money on
for sure.
2 defenders, I guess.
At the minute, I'm almost thinking, what else am I going to spend the money on? And as I said, I don't really have
upgrade Smith Rowe, I guess.
Yeah, but then to what?
How much is Smith Rowe? Like 4.3?
4.2. But then my
what do you have in the bank?
Like 2 mil. My problem is this week though. Smith Rowe is a starter. I need starters for this week, and then when it comes around to game week 34 onwards, I then have like an abundance of players, so I'll have almost a benching headache each week. So I don't think I need to be putting value into an already like kind of really low value player, because that would just create even more of a benching headache for me, to be honest. I think Lingard's going to stay there for the rest of the season. I can't see myself. I don't know whether I'm going to make the Fernandes to Salah move, just because I just don't know if I'm going to have the transfers to do that. Because this week's going to be a Robbo transfer. Going to do that tomorrow. Then 34, I'll probably roll. 35, I hope we get some news about the double game week. But I saw Ben Crellin did a kind of Twitter post the other day where he said that there's a 70% chance he thinks of like the double game week's happening in 35. So that would mean in 35, Palace will play against Sheffield and Southampton. Bring me a piece of Zaha for that game week, thank you. That would be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of where my team's looking to go. And as I say, I've had Trent and Robbo in my team before, and it's not ended well, to be honest with you. I had them at like start of last season, basically up until the point where they started popping off, which was rather unfortunate. And it was for fixtures that people didn't expect them to do so as well. So I'm bringing them both in for the good fixture run. So maybe they don't do well, but yeah, I'm very much in the camp of, they're gunning for a Champions League spot. They're gonna need to be attacked, and everyone knows that Trent and Rob are very attacking fullbacks. So and also they both absolutely smash it for bonus points. Like Trent the other day got an assist, and he's just like, I knew as soon as I saw he got the assist, like, he's getting 3 bonus points, like no matter what.
Yeah.
So do you have Trent in your team? Actually, talking of your team,
yeah, I've had Trent for a bit.
Why don't I just
got him in the wild card.
Bring him up? So this team, you're looking all right. Firstly, you'll have a few kind of fires, or potentially only going to be playing a 10-man team for this week, depending, I guess, if Creswell plays. I assume you've only got 1 free transfer. Am I correct?
So Neves should be back.
Neves, Ruben Neves.
He's only out with COVID at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'll probably play him. And then I am tempted to get rid of Son.
Sonny boy is on the chopping block, is he?
It's hard though, because we haven't seen Son and Kane play together with the new manager.
No, I do agree.
So if there's a massive sort of new manager bounce at Spurs,
yeah,
I'm not sure I want to be without Son for that.
Who do you swap? I understand the reasoning behind getting rid of Son, but you have Salah and Fernandes, and the only way I'd say get rid of Son is to bring in one of those two. So, who do you bring in? Rashford? But really?
I think Rashford is going to go mad against Leeds, if I'm honest.
Rashford going to go mad against Leeds. So that's the potential transfer you'll make. I mean, to be fair, for this game week, I think that could well be a cracking move. But for me, just with obviously, as you say, the fixtures that Spurs have, I just don't think I can be taking them out. But it is it's an aggressive move for sure, and we're going to the back end of the season, so I definitely, if this was like game week 13 or something, I'd be like, hold off, you know what I mean? But definitely at this point, I think maybe not getting aggressive with -4s, because I'm still very much in the boat of not really liking -4s, but getting aggressive with your free transfers, I can definitely get behind that. And then it's not as though like Rashford's not going to do anything for the rest of the season. You've still got good fixtures, Bit of rotation risk because of, the progression in the Europa League. So there's definitely something to consider about there, that Son literally is not a rotation risk at all, because Spurs are in no other competition apart from the League Cup, which they play in the final very soon. Is it this weekend they play? It is, isn't it? That's why the fixtures are off.
I think it's definitely soon. I mean, the thing is with Rashford, I think he's almost as nailed as Bruno in that United side at the moment.
Maybe, yeah. It's the other players.
It takes a lot for Rashford not to play.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I mean, Greenwood's obviously on fire at the moment, but he's another one that could easily just be dropped out of the blue.
I think a real poor part of that team as well is Maddison and Iheanacho. Just like no chance they do anything against Palace. Not a chance. But like
Maddison's back.
On a real note on that game, there is the point I need to make that Palace have just had a 2-week break. They basically just had a winter break, and in that 2-week break, Leicester have played 3 games. So,
but Maddison hasn't. To be fair, he's been out.
Maddison hasn't. That's true, but the rest of the team has. So,
the rest of the team has.
I guess that's what I'd be saying.
I'm not too fussed about Leicester in that respect. They're a team that's used to playing at the top now, so they're used to playing regular games. So I don't think that's a major issue.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Talking of that game, this guy says, have Nacho and Vardy up front. Can I go for a differential move to Vardy captain? Don't have Salah. If you don't have Salah or Bruno, I don't mind the Vardy captain. Although I definitely won't. I definitely will be in the camp of hoping that he doesn't do anything, because most people will have well, at least one Leicester. I think I'm probably the only one in our mini league now who doesn't have a Leicester attacker. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah,
potentially, yeah.
But yeah, Iheanacho, or I mean, you could even go for a punt on Iheanacho because he's the one who's actually on form at the minute. I'm almost leaning towards them. Although in the reverse fixture, Iheanacho did actually miss a penalty, and so Vardy came on. But Iheanacho, very good form of late. What about Vidra as well? He got benched last week. What are we saying on Vidra? Hope that he plays.
It's one of them where I can't really afford a transfer to take him out, and if he plays, then he could definitely score against Wolves.
100%. 100%.
So,
he's
yeah,
been doing all right when he plays as well. And because he got a benching, maybe he gets rotated back in. Who knows?
Yeah.
This guy's asking.
4.8 as well. You can't complain.
Oh yeah, for foot I think I remember talking to you about this. Like 4.8 million. Like he offers great value, and you've already got a goal out of him. So you know, can want more. And then I guess the thing with this team is like there's the potential that you get with a transfer that you could have 12 players playing, or there is the potential that you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, four of that starting 11. I'm looking at Rudiger, Holding, Neves, and Vidra. You know, those are all potential risks of not playing. So it could end up you potentially only having 6 or 7 players. So it's one of them where it could go either way. I can realistically see Rudiger getting a benching, to be honest, in preparation for the Champions League. But don't know about Holding. He seems to be playing the Premier League games now, so not a bad option.
He does. He seems to be fairly established now, doesn't he? And when he plays well for Arsenal. It's not as if he's just there to fill up.
He's getting there on the bonus points as well, which is good for you.
Yeah, he is.
This guy says Son to Salah for a -4. It's not a move I don't mind. If you're going to captain Salah, I like it a lot more. Obviously, after this game week, Son has very good fixtures, but so does Salah. So as an excuse to bring in Salah, I don't mind it because if Liverpool get a clean sheet in that game, and Salah's gonna play in that game because he got benched during the midweek, I just can't see Salah not playing. Then effectively you're taking a -1, which not bad. What do you think about that move, Al?
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's just whether you, like we were saying, Spurs. I know they blanked this week, but after that, the fixtures are quite nice. So it's whether you might want Son again. But yeah, Son to Salah is a strong player for a strong player, isn't it? So
for sure, I think I made the choice that I wanted, like when I was wildcarding, that for this period I wanted Son over Salah. That was just my kind of choice, and also. I say that Son to Salah for a -4, like you get the 2 points this week, but then Son also, when he gets the double, he'll regain that 2 points, so it actually still is a -4. Do you get what I'm saying?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because at a point in the future, Son would have regained this game that he's missing. So it's, do you want a Salah for this game week for a -4? Or do you just roll it and then you have the double game when Spurs get the double? Actually, because they had that double this week. Do they double again? Or am I just chatting? Let me have a look.
They've had a double. They had the double last week, yeah.
Yeah, they've had the double for this week. But do they still have outstanding fixtures?
I think it's because when they rearranged the last fixtures to fans in the stadium, it's affected how.
Yeah, so actually no, I am breezing there. Son does not have another double game week, so forget everything I just said. Son to Salah is not a bad move, not a bad move. Yeah. So rest of the team now, obviously on the Bruno captaincy right now. Why Bruno? Like personally, if I had Salah, I think I'd be leaning on the Salah captain. So why Bruno?
I mean, it's not set yet, but I just fancy United against Leeds, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's very fair.
Newcastle aren't I mean, they're still, definitely a team on the list of teams to target, but they seem to be
just call them a stinker.
playing better
That's
now anyway.
mate. Just call them, yeah, that'll do. Palace are a stinker, Newcastle are a stinker, Brighton are a stinker. Everyone down there's a stinker. But we make this league. I think that there is a good league. What's it called? A good. What's the word? What's the word? Junction, where you like move into something else. What's the word? I mean, it was going really smooth until I was looking for the word.
Tangent? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's a good.
Anybody who knows English
nicely into the
give us a comment.
Please English. I beg, please English. Yeah. Oh, before I was gonna take us into the European Super League discussion. Jesus, English is just, ugh. Me no speak English.
Yeah.
Trent as captain differential. Yeah, I mean, I've got Trent as my vice captain right now. So I don't mind Trent as a differential captain. I just don't want to. I've just had too much pain in the past with Liverpool losing clean sheets, and it. Oh, there goes the mic. With Liverpool losing clean sheets, and I also do think, I was saying, Salah v Bruno, but I can see, like, it's against Leeds and they've battered Leeds before, so it's also just an easy captaincy on Bruno, which, I think it's just a solid pick anyway. Although Bruno's been blanking, I watched the game. Was it Burnley? Yeah, against Burnley. Bruno was still picking up good positions. If he flicks that ball onto Greenwood, he gets an assist. If he scores basically what is an open goal, he gets the goal. If he gets a goal and assist in that game, everyone's screaming, Bruno's essential for this week. So, I think it's just perspective on, like, Bruno still is a very good option. Obviously, on the penalties as well, which Man United seem to get a lot more of than Liverpool. So, I think for me, I'm still on Fernandes captain. But, I can definitely see the merit in the Trent captaincy. So, your club, Manchester.
Oh, don't,
Mr. Wood. What's been happening, boss man? I think everyone probably knows.
What's not been happening?
What's not been? It's been a crazy couple of days. It's been a crazy couple of days. I mean, the abomination of what went down on Sunday, the release of this European Super League, and then it's just weird that it was a day, but was it yesterday? Day before yesterday? Was it yesterday when it all came crumbling down?
It started the day before. I don't know. Yeah, day before yesterday, I think Chelsea and City started to.
Yeah, it started crumbling. It was on the Chelsea game, and that was on Tuesday, wasn't it? Because it was on Tuesday when everything started crumbling.
That's right. Yeah,
and
it was Tuesday night when everything seemed to be falling apart, and then definitely on Wednesday yesterday.
Yeah, weird because like for that Monday. Like, I really did not care about FPL. It's weird. I've never been like that with football. Didn't.
Well, I never said to you, didn't I, that I was so tempted
minus 16,
call the season there, take a minus 16 to get all the big six players out of my team.
Yeah, for sure.
And just
I'd seen people like already do that as well. They may well be regretting their decision.
Yeah, definitely. No,
I think if I'd have jumped the gun on that, you probably would, because of how quickly this whole thing has just crumbled.
Yeah.
But it's been a mental couple of days. Obviously, very, very glad to be in a position which is weird because it was like, it almost felt like although there would have been a Premier League next year, it almost just felt like there wasn't going to be a Premier League next year.
I know what you mean.
Not one to look forward to anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't just the fact that by doing this, United and the Super League 6 weren't going to have a Champions League and stuff.
Yeah.
It also meant that Palace and the rest, Newcastle, whatever, Villa, weren't going to have the big six in the Prem next season. So
yeah,
I know. Obviously, you make your own money and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's the big six in the Premier League that bring in the money.
Oh, they bring in the majority of the money. That's why I think they're all saying like it would be best for them to just come back and admit their mistake. And I think, to be fair, the majority of them have like obviously started and toppled by Chelsea, but the majority have come out and said, look, we made it. Did you see Henry, the Liverpool owner, made a personal apology?
They made a video, yeah.
Yeah, that was mad. And I hit it like one of the clubs
I don't know how much of it. I mean, that's what, sorry?
Apparently one of the clubs is very close to putting, one of the owners of the clubs, not named, is very close to like putting the club up for sale.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think, I think we can remove Chelsea, like Abramovich and Man City from that equation, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Liverpool or United. Probably more Liverpool.
Maybe Arsenal. Maybe Arsenal. Because like there definitely is pressure. I can't see Levy giving up Spurs.
Nah.
So yeah, I think it's between those three. I also, with that, I almost think it's between United and Arsenal, because I don't think the Liverpool, like Henry, would have made that apology video if he were planning on like selling. Like that's not someone who's that's someone who's trying to get people back on side for them to stay rather than getting rid. So yeah, for me it's between United and Arsenal. So yeah, going to be interesting times.
The whole thing was just crazy, and then Perez comes out today saying they've been planning it for the past 3 years.
3 years. That's crazy. I mean, some of the stuff he was like, the garbage that was coming out of his mouth. 16 to 24-year-olds are not interested in football. I can say that I am within that bracket, and I'm very much into football. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, that bracket also includes players. Sterling, Rashford, Greenwood are in that.
Oh yeah,
age bracket.
Yeah, losing, and then it was
going up to 24. That's a lot of players.
It was to promote this idea of like we need to shorten football games so they could just have advertisements in between the quarters.
Yeah, literally.
Basically Americanize the sport. So it's basically because he's the president of Real Madrid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because both the two Spanish clubs are in absurd amounts of debt. Like absurd amounts of debt.
Well, they need this to stay afloat, basically.
Yeah,
don't they?
that's what I'm saying. Like we could, I think Barcelona are the worst off. They're like $1 billion in debt.
Yeah.
Like at least. So, like it may genuinely get to a point soon as well where Barcelona just fold because they can't afford. I don't know who that debt is with, if you know what I mean.
No, I bet it's the multiple investors and
because like
and stuff,
if they start it's like because Abramovich, the deal with Abramovich and Chelsea is like he doesn't actually invest the money in the club, he loans Chelsea the money. So at any point if he wants that money, he can just say give me the money, and Chelsea have to come up with $1 billion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. And then if he sells the club, whoever buys it is liable for that money as well. So yeah, that's interesting. And then Infamous coming in with the Hijab team not looking too shabby. Unfortunately, that's not my team. I will bring up my team though, and it is looking a little bit shabby, to be honest with you. My hopes and dreams lie in the hands of Ollie Watkins this weekend, along with I'll tell you what. If Liverpool keep a clean sheet this weekend, with my plan of bringing in Robertson, that could be like that would just be massive to my weekend, basically.
It's not an outrageous thing either. Like
no, to be fair, Newcastle have been picking it up a little bit lately. But yeah, if they keep a clean sheet, then Trent gets on the bonus points. Robbo probably gets on the bonus points. So I get like double digits or a combined double digits from both of them. And it either sends me flying up or it just, I think that would be enough to kind of like maintain myself within the pack. Because like, I don't see this being a ridiculously high scoring game week. And as
No,
as
I think
long
as
as
well
Leicester stay chill, basically. As long as Leicester stay calm, because I think a lot of people are targeting Leicester for this game week.
I think a lot of the sort of, quote casual accounts might have been a bit surprised by the City and Spurs blank
What
as
by the
well.
blank
So
though? You reckon? Yeah, I mean that's what happened in the last blank. A lot the average was like something ridiculously low because just like a lot of people hadn't even looked.
exactly.
Mo coming with should I sell Mahrez and Asby, sorry, and buy Castagna and Maddison? I want to be ahead of the curve because of Leicester easy fixtures. I mean, I don't mind it. I definitely do not mind it. I think I prefer Maddison out of the two. There's a lot of potential there. Obviously, Castagna, like if he's going to play week in, week out, they're both injury problems, is what I'd say. But if they're both going to play week in, week out, they could be very good options. And yeah, these fixtures for Leicester especially are definitely really good ones to target. So I don't see a reason why not. What do you think, Al? For 2 free transfers, I think those are not bad moves.
What you said. I'm not convinced about Castagna yet, but I think the Mahrez to Maddison is definitely an option. City are going to rotate more and more and more now.
Yeah.
Sort of progress into the Champions League, and they've got the 100%. Final and the cup on the weekend.
Yeah, man. I do hope that we get this like double game 35 announcement soon. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because then that'll be nice to just plan for that, and just have the confirmation that. I mean, the thing is, it's guaranteed that those teams are going to get double game weeks. So like Palace will get a double game week against Southampton, Villa and Everton will get a double game week against each other, and obviously Southampton will get a double game week against Palace at some point in the rest of the season. So, yeah, for me, it's going to be like, I mean, if it's a week further back, I can get a lot of double game week players. I can probably get in, like a Richarlison or something like that as well. So, would it be too shabby-dabby-doo? But yeah, Mo. Moves are looking pretty decent. Oh, horrible, yeah. Triple Leicester still to play with 54 points. This game is not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, Leicester could boss it tonight against West Brom. I hope, in my opinion, not just for FPL, but for West Brom, that they win this game. I'd love to see West Brom win this game. Bit of a relegation scrap. I mean, to be fair, I don't even think Newcastle were the team that are being Newcastle with that win, shoved Burnley down into it basically. So Fulham are 6 points behind Burnley, and then West Brom, if they win tonight, would also be 6 points behind Burnley. And you never know. You never know. If West Brom win tonight, then a couple of games is all it takes. Like realistically as well, if Fulham win 3 games in a row, it can all still happen. And mathematically, it's just on form. It can all happen. But Burnley, obviously, the team in the driving seat, but just would like to see West Brom win this game. Who would play in double 35? So who would play in double 35? So Palace will play Sheffield and Southampton. Southampton would be playing. Let me just have a look. I know that Everton and Villa would both play each other as well. So Villa would play against Manchester United and Everton. Everton would play against Aston Villa and West Ham. And then Southampton would play against Liverpool and Palace. So on paper, Palace definitely with the best fixtures, but not necessarily the best team, although in my opinion, definitely. But yeah, not necessarily the best team, but against Sheffield, Southampton could do anything. And I also think from an attacking perspective, Aston Villa against Manchester United and Everton, actually not too shabby. Obviously United not ideal, but Everton, I'll take it any day of the week. Maybe Ings if he catches form. Yeah. What were you going to say, Al?
I was just agreeing with what you said, yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. So maybe Danny Ings, 100% I agree. Danny Ings is just one of those players like Adam at the start of the season, got injured and just prone to injury. Like if he plays, he will do bits. But as I say, it's just whether he stays fit. United thrash Leeds again, or will Leeds take revenge? Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. Leeds have been playing quite well of lately, to be honest, late, to be honest. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game for United, but the style of play that Leeds have seem to very much suit United in terms of just like counter-attacking, very direct through the middle. And just, so I think that the style, and Bielsa's not the kind of manager, he doesn't adapt to teams. I think the only reason...
No, he seems to just stick with the same attack for anything.
It's weird. Had Leeds, almost I think that the Leeds getting a sending off in the Man City game helped them, because it forced them to be very compact and solid at the back. But if they'd not got the sending off, they probably would have continued to be expansive, which leaves the space in behind for Man City. So, I think that the way the Leeds play definitely plays into Manchester United's hands. Honestly, maybe a draw. Iheanacho to Watkins. I've got Vardy. For this game week, that seems really like a real sideways move for me, to be honest. I don't know if there's like other things you need to sort in your team, if you've got like the ability to have, because that to me is like a real luxury transfer. Like, there's no pressing need to make that move. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, I also don't think having a Leicester double up attack is necessarily a bad thing either. Because I can see Leicester scoring every game.
The link up as well. You know, they like to assist one another, so not bad.
It'll be one of them two that gets most of the goals going forward into the sort of end of the season. So I think if you have both, then look elsewhere if you've got other transfers to make. There's definitely not an issue having both of them. Yeah,
James Wilson coming in. What are you saying? He says, get Leno in there, buddy. West Brom are going to win. I think I'll still be going with the effective ownership of Martinez because it still is West Brom. But I do think the West Brom are going to win. But then do I also think that Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet against Everton? Probably not. So I'd probably still rather stick with the boot camp in the camp of Martinez. Smith Rowe or Phillips for this game week? I mean, I think that decision is going to be taken out of your hands, to be honest. And I think that Smith Rowe is going to play and Phillips isn't. But if I had to pick between the two, probably lean on Phillips. But as I say, I think the decision will be taken out of your hand. Get rid of Lingard now. He'll do nothing until the end of the season. I mean, Lingard's staying until the end of the season for me. He's a sure, and I think he will do things until the end of the season. He's just been on fire. But don't really got any big needs for this game. Some shabby players, but nothing bad. I can list to maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the free transfer and you've got a decent team for this game week, just roll it on to the next one. If there's no pressing need to make a transfer this week, then although you may think next week, I'm looking all good, roll the transfer, and then any fires come up from this week, you can deal with them then. But yeah, as I say, if you've got a good team to go with it this week, definitely go in with it. It's definitely a mistake I made the other week when I did quite a sideways move to bring in Azpilicueta when I could have just played Diaz, and Diaz ended up getting a clean sheet. And then in that week, like 2 or 3 of my players ended up getting injured, and I really could have done with that free transfer. So yeah, if you've got a decent full 11 to play, I'd definitely be playing them. And so that brings us, I think, onto the part of the show, the old Bambling Buffoons. But I think we're going to roll through the fixtures this week, El, and just give our predictions. So sure. Let me quickly run through the rest of these chats, and then we'll get straight on with it. Saka, Rafinha, or hold on, let me bring this up fully. Saka, Rafinha, if fit, or Bowen. Already have Lingard. I do quite like Bowen. I can't lie. Saka looks alright though. What would you say there, El, out of those options? So we got Saka, Rafinha, obviously if he does play, or Jared Bowen. I mean, Jared Bowen doesn't look good for this
probably Saka for me.
Yeah, Saka, like most likely to play. I think considering Aubameyang and Lacazette is out as well. So yeah, don't mind Saka at all. Trent is captain. Potential. We've gone through that. Trent could be a very good captain. Trent with an assistant clean sheet for me, thanks. That would be very nice. I would take that. I got 2 French shirts, but no need. Yeah, that's fair enough, man. I mean, if you've got a 2 free transfer this week, you may as well sort something out long term that you want. But yeah, just make the one transfer. Right, Arsenal, Everton, L. Kick us off. Get your predictions as well down in the comments. In the chat below.
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. You go with a nil. So you're in the camp of I should be playing Leno then.
Potentially, to be fair.
Potentially. I just don't know whether I could do it against West Brom. I can't lie. I don't know whether I could do it. But yeah, 2-0 Arsenal. I mean,
Sigurdsson's been popping off again.
I'm gonna nip in there with a 1-1. Oh, Infamous coming in straight away with a 1-1, as I say it as well. Smith Rowe goal, thank you very much, kindly. Liverpool, Newcastle. Bring me just anything with a 0 in it for Newcastle. A 0-0, a 1-0, a 2-0, a 3-0. Just give me the 0, please.
What about a 0-0?
Yeah, I mean, 0-0 means that Trent and Robert will both get on the bonus, so I'd happily take that.
No, I think there's definitely goals. I think
that'll be if it's a 0-0, Trent gets 3, Robert gets 2. That's just that. Or they both get 3. Imagine that 0-0, and I'm coming away with an 18-pointer. Like that's absurd. That is absurd. 3-0 destruction coming in from Infamous.
I'm gonna say 2-0.
Give me the 2-0. Give me a Trent banging a free kick, assisted by Robertson. That'd be wonderful. I'd take it. West Ham, Chelsea. Do we see goals? Do we see a dry Chelsea performance? Do we see a 1-0 Chelsea? Do we see West Ham going for the Champions League? I've given you a lot of options there, El. Which one are you going to choose?
I might just go for the 0-0,
You might just go for the cheeky 0-0. They should have beaten Brighton midweek, Chelsea. Really had that opportunity to stomp some authority over that Champions League kind of chasing spot. So I think there could be goals, but I don't know. Yeah, both teams potentially. Does Declan Rice come back for this game? If Creswell comes back for this game, it could be. It could be a 0-0.
I don't know what the deal is with Rice at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just playing it a bit calmer because of the the England situation, with him wanting to be fit for England. Maybe they're just taking his time a bit more, but I expect he will want to try and push West Ham into the Champions League. Although he is a Chelsea fan, isn't he? So he's not going to want to mar Chelsea's, the potential of Chelsea getting to the Champions League if he wants to beat there next season. Lingard hat-trick, 3-3. He's nice, man. 3-3 will be a mad score. Sheffield United against Brighton. I think I'm just going to predict Sheffield United to win every week now, just because I want to see it happen. So. But I don't think it's going to happen. And I just hope that Brighton don't keep a clean sheet, because loads of people are going to have Brighton defenders, if not on the free hit, Brighton attackers for this game week. So, yes, please give me the Sheffield United 1, Brighton 1. What do you say?
I can see a 1-1, yeah.
1-1, we're in agreement there.
I wouldn't mind a 1-0 Brighton, though. I think I'm going to play Sanchez this coming week.
Yeah, I think that is the fair thing to do, because you've got Mondi as well, don't you? Mondi. Wolves versus Burnley. You know what? I see goals. I see a 3-3.
I see goals too. Yeah, definitely.
I see a 3-3.
Oh, 3-3.
I'm going to go a bit. Or 2-2. 2-2 seems more sensible.
2-2. I was going to say 2-1 Burnley myself.
2-1 Burnley. Burnley nick it. Chris Wood, does he get on the score sheet? Vidra.
Wood can assist all he wants. I'm not fussed about that. Vidra scoring there.
Vidra gets a benched. That'll do. What? Wood starts. That'll be wonderful. Wood's banging the goals in. Although I think people are bringing in Wood as well, so I don't mind Wood. I really wish I could bring in Wood, but yeah, just a bit sidewaysy. But yeah, I see I see. Oh, Infamous definitely wanting the Wolves clean sheet with the 2-0 Wolves on 0-0. I definitely can't see Burnley scoring. Leeds versus Manchester United. Do we see it passing the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9?
I was gonna be reserved.
Just by
reserved.
A 5, a 4. What was it last time?
5-2? 3-1. 6-1.
6-1. My word.
I'm gonna 6-2. Could have been 6-2. It was a 6.
You know what? I think 3 as well. 3-1.
Yeah.
Give me a... Oh. Bamford assist Dallas. Bruno grabs a brace. All right. Not a hat-trick. Let's not get greedy. Grabs a brace. And then 3 bonus points. Tidy. That'll do. Aston Villa, West Brom. Interesting. Does Martinez get a clean sheet? Does Ollie Watkins score? What do you think, Al?
1-0 Villa.
1-0 Villa. Tidy little Ollie Watkins, 9-pointer. Martinez picking up other save points, coming in with a cheeky 10-pointer to send everyone who doesn't own him into dismay once again. I agree. 1-0 Infamous coming with a 2-1. I can see West Brom nabbing a goal in this game for sure. But yeah, I can see a little 2 and a little 1 and a little 0. Leicester versus Crystal Palace to end us off. After 2 weeks, after Crystal Palace have had a 2-week break, and Leicester have had some quite intense football of late. Does that mean Crystal Palace pull off a very unexpected victory at... I've completely forgotten the Leicester Stadium. That was going so well. What is the Leicester Stadium?
Just King Power.
King Power. At the King Power. Over to you, El.
3-1 Leicester.
3-1 Leicester. 5-0. Come on, the boys in red and blue. 2-1 Palace. Have it. Everyone who brings in a Leicester defender, get that cheeky minus point on there. Benteke, right? The abomination that is Benteke is going to send all of you Leicester defensive owner asset. Leicester defensive asset owners. English words. Let's go, boys. And girls. Into dismay. Palace to beat Leicester. Big predictions. But yeah, I think we've been going.
What score?
2-1. Simple. Bish bash bosh. We do it. We get in. We get out. Done. Job. Curtains. So we're going for almost an hour. So I think we're basically going to wrap it up there. In with the predictions. Thank you very much for joining me, Al. It's been good to see everyone in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't joined the stream. God, words. I will be doing a deadline tomorrow. Probably half an hour before the deadline as per usual. So that will be at 6 o'clock. And yeah, hope everyone does well. Thanks everyone once again. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you soon in a bit.
Yeah.
Tweedledee.